Hello everyone, it's Wandering Scott here with a long overdue update of the Gypsy Caravan Project. Last time I left off it was I think October or something like that, and I still had the plumbing and propane to do, and it's now the first week of June. Winter set in really early and stayed cold till April, and I couldn't really work outdoors on the plumbing. And so I just sort of holed up for the winter, and when it kind of warmed up in April, I started working on it again and worked on it through most of May. So now it's the first week of June. I've been camping for almost 2 weeks now. I'm down here. This is the Swan Falls Dam down on the Snake River, about 30 miles south of Boise. And this is in the middle of the what is it called, the Birds of Prey conservation area down here. So it's June. This is right at the very end of the nesting period for raptors, and this area here, the Birds of Prey conservation area, has the highest concentration of nesting raptors in the whole world. And so it's been really awesome this last couple of weeks. There's been bald eagles and falcons of all sorts, peregrine, prairie falcons, hawks, and they come down, they nest in these cliffs back up there, and they come down and they fish in the river down here. That's the Snake River. And they also go up on the flatlands above for like squirrels and, you know, groundhogs and bunnies, rabbits, whatever. I've seen a few cute little jackrabbits down here, and there's a bunch of other, I mean, there's lots of waterfowl down here, egrets and herons, and you know, lots of birds, and of course there's tons of fish. This is a fishing area, so salmon, bass, all that. Anyway, so let's get back to the caravan project here. So I just wanted to give you a quick update here on the status of, I'm done, obviously. So there's my camp all set up. I'm just going to run you through the systems real quick. I sort of wanted to give you a final update on how everything's running, the solar, and I put in all the plumbing, the instant water heater, and all that. So I'll just run you through that real quick. I'll try and make this fairly brief. Let me flip the camera around here. And so, okay, so this is the finished Gypsy Caravan in the deployed position. I've got the awning out and all my solar panels up. I got, 1,440 watts of solar, and it's running fantastic. It's cloudy. I mean, sunny today. It's been cloudy and stormy, and there's been some crazy rainstorms and thunder and everything. But it's even on my worst day, I've only got the thing down to, I've got to where I've had still 70% left after running my computer all day, and water heater, microwave, watching movies for a couple hours, all that. But anyway, so I'm just gonna, I'll do the outside rundown here real quick. I sort of went through all the solar and everything before, so I won't reiterate that. It's working great, like I said, though, and I will show you inside. Like, I'll talk about some of the charge rates and things like that for those who are interested. But let me run over the outdoor stuff here real quick. So this on the back side over here is my sort of outdoor shower water station center here, and you can see I've got a hose coming into it, even though I'm boondocking out here, and that is because this hose goes down here, runs down the hill over here to the river, and I've got a submersible pump. If you can see it right down there, zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, right down in there, I've got a submersible pump with a water filter on it. And yeah, let me see if I can zoom back in now. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that runs up the hill, and there's a power cord obviously too, and the white hose is the water that comes up, the green hose is the water that goes out, and then obviously I've got a power cord. So right up here I've got on the outside, this is just an oxygen vent for the furnace. I've got a outlet here with 2 AC, so we got a fishing boat coming by there, and that's pretty common. And anyway, and there's charging ports on that, and then I've also got like a 12-volt cigarette lighter outlet here because I have a air compressor to fill up my tires if I need to do that on the side of the road anywhere. But anyway, all I have to do is just plug that cord in there, and the pump starts running, and it runs the water up, and it's filtered. So even though it's right out of the river, it's filtered water, and it comes in, and I filter all my water I drink, you know, inside. Again, second filtration, but it comes in here, and I've got both a pressurized water and a gravity feed water there. And then I also have electrical. This is a shore inlet here for if I'm ever, you know, at a campground with power. And then this is just a single outlet here, and this is my Starlink, which is over there. There's the Starlink dish over there, and then I've got my modem. Starlink modem is right there, and that works fantastic. I'm down in a canyon, but I get really good internet. I haven't had any problems at all. It's pretty high speed, and yeah, I've been able to get on the internet and watch movies and stream and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, so then this is I've got the outdoor shower here as well, and that's what all this is. These hooks and stuff are just suction cup things that just stick on there. I've got an outdoor sensor here for a weather station that's inside, and that tells me what the outdoor temperature is and the humidity. And then that down there, that's the instant water, hot water heater. And obviously I've got, this is a little shower bin here. This is just a tray, plastic tray that's for like under a washing machine or a water heater or whatever in a house. And it's just got a hose hook up here. So that's where the drain comes. I just, you know, take a shower. And I use, you know, all biodegradable, this either Miss Myers or Dr. Bronner's or whatever, all biodegradable. I got Camp Suds, that kind of stuff. So it's all biodegradable soap, and I don't really use a lot anyway. This stuff here is just so I can clean my windows and my solar panels up there with a squeegee and a stepladder, keep them all clean. And then anyway, so the shower, let's see if I can show you here. You probably need to see this, but you know, it's just got an outdoor shower, so it's just, you know, hot, cold, and a hand-held shower head there, and then you can just, you know, sit the shower head in there too to wash your hair or whatever. So, but it's like super instant hot water. It takes about 10-15 seconds to get up to full hot, so it doesn't take much water at all. It's definitely hot. So anyway, so that's the basic water system. I've got all my freshwater tank down here. That's 25-gallon freshwater tank with the blue line is the water pump going in up into the floor, and that little sort of white corrugated 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch, that's the gravity feed water going in to the tank. And then on the lower right there's just a drain, and there's a vent, a breather vent that goes, it also goes up inside of the water fill, so just to keep there from being a vacuum suction. Okay, and then the back in the back, of course, is the holding. I've just got a gray water tank back there with a, what is it, a 3-inch gate valve, and that gate valve actually has a, it's one of the kind that has the little hose, 3/4 inch hose connector as well, so I can actually just drain the gray water. I have a porta potty, so I don't have black water. It's just gray water, and I get, it's, you know, it's all just biodegradable soap, so just draining that off into the watering the dry scrub weeds isn't gonna hurt anything. Anyway, so okay, so that's the outdoors. I've got, you know, the this is the sewer hose in here in case, you know, I go to a dump station or whatnot. I've got the sewer hose in there, and then I've got a bin, the tote bin that goes inside that back hatch, which has all my holds all my chocks, wheel chocks, and where I store all these hoses and stuff when I roll them up, go in there. Okay, so that's the outdoors. So let's run inside real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like now that I live in it. So last time it was just the cabinets and there wasn't anything in it, so now I've got the lived-in look is what I call it. So I've got hangy things up here for fruit and cups and all that sort of stuff, and I've got you know, all this stuff out that's on the counter. It's a little bit dirty. I guess I should have probably cleaned up before I did this. There's my dinette. My laptop is actually doing a backup right now, so I got some hard drives over there, and I got a bunch of pillows and stuff. Got a little decor. I got my JBL Boombox 2 hanging up there. I just put some hooks up there that I can just hang that up there, and I can, you know, just pull it off and take it outside or whatever, but it keeps it up out of the way as well. And these little cute little macrame things, I made these a long time ago. They're just actually up here with Velcro. There's just some Velcro stuff and they just stick on, so I can just pull those off when I need to put the top down. And pillows, I like lots of pillows. Back behind the pillows we got these little cubbies I made, you know, that have little travel books in them. And then this is my remote control there for the fan up above, which has a rain sensor, and it's rain, so it's been cool to see that actually works. And then some more travel books over there in that little cubby, road atlas and whatnot. And then these bench seats over here, this side over here, I just keep all my bedding, sweaters, you know, coats, whatever. There goes the boat again. Stuff that I only need to get to, like, you know, sort of once in the morning, once in the evening, I open that up and bring out my bedding or put it back in. And then on this side over here, I keep, basically in the back is just fishing gear, and then up front I just do my dirty clothes. And I put these little, I hadn't done this before last time, this is an afterthought, I put 2 little hatch doors on here, so I can just open and just, you know, throw stuff in, or grab like a hoodie. There's a hoodie in my hammock and stuff. Just throw that in there. And there's the drain from the sink, goes through the floor into the gray water holding tank. And then there's another, well, that's that bin I was talking about there that you can get through the hatch. It's got all my, like I say, extra. It's got my vacuum cleaner and a bunch of stuff. And then there's another little door that you can get into there from the outside. And then I've got here, actually that's a fireproof lockbox right there with my passport and stuff in it. I use it for a footrest because it's a good place to put it, and it gives me something to put my feet on when I'm sitting. And then, okay, so over here there's the vent for the furnace, and this is my propane leak detector down low. The propane, as you remember from, this is my magic cabinet of curiosities here. The furnace is in here. This is the thermostat for, it's a Propex Heat Source 2000. Is the type of furnace, and it's very small, very compact. It just sits right underneath in the bottom, and it's actually underneath of the porta potty, which is inside. If you remember that, I'll show you. This is actually my medicine cabinet, so this opens up, and there's my vitamins and all, toothbrush and all that kind of stuff in there. And then this top opens up. There's the porta potty, and then underneath. Down here, underneath here is the furnace down under this, and that's all insulated and everything. But that's how small it is. It's a little tiny furnace, and it just vents right there. Vents through the floor, and then again through the side wall for exhaust and input, intake, oxygen intake and stuff. And then on the side there was just that little cubby here for extra, like, you know, my chemicals and extra flush wipes and stuff like that. So anyway, that's that little gadget there. It works great. And then, okay, so inside here, my cabinets, I put a bunch of drawers in here, some garbage bins down here for just regular garbage, and then also for recyclables and my electronics. These are all just kind of sorted, utensils and, you know, stuff like that in here. I've got, you know, bags, cinch bags and stuff, and then napkins and all that in there. And then this center one, I put bigger, well, like some small ones and a couple of bigger ones for, like, you know, plasticware, stuff like that, plates and stuff. There's bread drawer and just, you know, like nuts and stuff like that, and just, you know, extra little bits of food. And then down here on the bottom, I got a couple of bins for just appliances. I got an Instant Pot, which is awesome, and the mini waffle iron. Just like make little mini waffles is fantastic. I got a pan for frying up my fish. I got a little mini Black & Decker food processor and just a bunch of gadget extra stuff for my Instant Pot and stuff. And then back underneath, I'll show you back here, pull this out. So here's the plumbing, or the propane. So the propane, I got 2 20-pound propane tanks up front on the tongue, and then it comes in right here on the floor, goes into a 4-way splitter. And each of these 3 lines that come out, each of them have their own little automatic, or shut-off ball valve that I can turn off each individual line. The one on the right goes back down through the floor because it has to come out through the floor and come out up inside of that cabinet where the propane furnace is. Oops, I didn't close that. There we go. So that's where the furnace is, and the propane comes up and goes into that. That's the line to the right. And then this one that goes to the left goes over to the instant water heater under the sink, which I'll show you in a sec. And the one that goes up goes back behind through there and comes up and connects in right there to my propane cooktop right there. So that was a pretty easy process. That went pretty smooth. That gives me lots of storage, plenty of place to put stuff. Whoops, sorry about that. And then let me give you the look of the water here. This side over here, I got my little retro super blend. This thing is fantastic. This is like a magic bullet, like on steroids. It's huge. It's like a full-size blender motor, but with like the cups, so you can just put stuff in it, and I make blended drinks and stuff. I was gonna bring my juicer, but there's just too much waste with juicing in this. I've got minimal amount of storage in here, so I had to just minimize, and I like blended drinks anyway. So okay, so the water system, I've got this sink here. It's got a I think I had this in, but I didn't have it plumbed last time, but it's got this fold down sink, faucet I mean, and then a mixable water faucet thing there, what do we call that, valve. Let me move these out of the way and I'll show you. This just drops down. You can just pull it down like that and it folds down the faucet. Creates a tempered glass cutting board there. And then back here, this is my power center or water station, whatever. So this is the thermostat for the water heater, and let me turn it on. So we got 93 degrees inside the water heater right now. I ran some water a little while ago, hot water. And then just some outlets. I've got, this is just an extra, you know, USB ports for charging. There's like 3.0 and 4.0 chargers. It shows what the voltage of the battery is, and you turn it on and off. And then I've got one of these strips on both sides of with two AC outlets, and then your 2, 3, 4 USB quick charge. And then same thing over here on this side, got another one of those over there. On my coffee, I put some spice racks and things. I can keep stuff there. Anyway, so then over here I've got my this is my water tank sensors. It's also got a battery sensor, which is kind of redundant. I don't really need that because I got the readouts. I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, this is, I got gray water, so my gray water is like 2/3 full. I don't have a black water because I use a porta potty, and then my fresh water is also 2/3 full. So those run down. They have sensors on the side of the water tank, so I can tell how much water. They're also clear, so I can go out and just look and see, but it's nice just to be able to push a button and see how much water I got left. And of course, all I have to do is go plug the pump in and I get more water. Okay, and I'm going to show you how this water heater, instant water heater works. It's pretty awesome. So let me just put this back up. Real here, we'll just put that up. Move my sponge out the way. And then, so I'm going to turn on, okay, what were we at? We were at 93 degrees, and that's the water that's actually in the tank right now. The temperature will actually go down for a second as the cold water comes into it. But I'm going to go ahead and just turn this, move this out of the way so you can see. I turn this all the way to the hot on the back, and you can see how fast it takes. There's some lights will come on over here for the, there'll be a little flame when the propane fires up, and then you'll see a little fan indicator for the fan running as well. But okay, so that's water on, and so now we're 96, 98, 100 degrees, 102 degrees. You can see the lights flashing there that it's firing. There's water coming out, and then more cold water is going in, so it cools down for a second, and then it's just going to keep heating up. And I think I got it set to like 150 or something. I need to really, yeah, that's plenty, like right there, 113, or maybe, yeah, I already turned it down. Okay, so 113 is the max I got on it right now, which is about perfect. 114, 116, that's pretty good. Anyway, that's really hot water, and that's about as hot as you need it. That's almost too hot, to tell you the truth. But of course you can mix in some cold and then just turn it off. And so now it's up to 118 degrees. The propane has just shut off because I turned it off, but the fan is still going. The fan will go for a minute, and then that hot water will stay in there. It'll stay hot for a long time, like an hour or something. It just will stay warm. You know, that's, I mean, that took what, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, something like that, and we have hot water. So that was pretty nice, and it works for the shower outside as well. And so let me just show you real quick the plumbing stuff down here, just real fast. So it's a bit of a mess because it's packed tight, but see if I can explain this as easy as possible. Okay, well, so the water, okay, sorry about that. So there's two, you know, top and bottom, this shelf here. So the water comes in over here. Either the blue line is pressurized, or the, you know, this bottom corrugated is just the gravity fill, and that just goes down. It goes back through the floor into the tank. So it's kind of funny. It comes into the trailer and then goes back out of the trailer again, but that's sort of the best way for it to work. And this clear tube is just the breather vent, like I was talking about before. It just goes down through the floor there as well, and that hooks up into that water fill station over there. So the blue line, I've got both pressurized and this water pump down here. So the line that comes out of that the freshwater 25-gallon tank in the bottom comes up through here and into this strainer through the pump, which sucks it out of the tank, and then it comes up into this accumulator tank. And the accumulator tank is basically just like a bladder, like a balloon sort of a thing, that because the water pump will cycle on off, your water pressure would change a bunch, so that just makes it so the balloon in there stabilizes the output of the water. So regardless of what fluctuations are on the input side of the accumulator tank, the water coming out will always be the same pressure. It'll just stay a steady stream. And then that runs through a check valve back there. And there's another check valve on the pressure in right there. That's a check valve so that it can only go one way. The water from this pump can't go back out the pressurized inlet, and the water coming in from the pressurized can't go back into the accumulator tank and come out into the tank down there. But they all there's a T splitter right there. They all go down into this line and go into the instant hot water heater there, and that's the blue. And then if you can see back in here, there's where the hot water comes out of the instant hot water, and it comes up through there. Red is hot, obviously. I color coded my lines. And so then you've just got hot and cold. Those two go to the outdoor shower back there. That's the outdoor shower. And then they have T's on them. They go up through these shut off valves into the standard faucet connectors underneath the sink, and they come out in this mixed valve for the faucet. And then the drain just comes out the bottom of the sink, goes into another one of those 1.25 inch or whatever, 1.5 inch corrugated pipes, runs down through there, and it goes into underneath the fridge down there. And then, like I said, I showed you before, that goes through the floor in underneath the bench seat cabinet to go into my gray water tank. So that's the plumbing system. And then just more storage stuff. There's just like a junk utility drawer for tools and things, some cleaning, Simple Green, all that, some extra towels, microfiber cloth, some extra water filters back there. And then that's I've got some lights too, by the way. Let me turn that on. So that's my power center back there that you get to through that hatch door, and I'll turn that off. And then over here I've got another light right there so I can see in there if I need to. So that's the plumbing. And then I'll show you, whoops, let me put this back in. There we go. Okay. And then, so I got a microwave, I got a TV monitor, computer monitor that hooks up to my laptop, which, like I said, is doing a charge right. It's charging and it's doing a backup. And but I was going to show you this right over here by the microwave is my other monitor for my solar. And this one here is the solar charge controller main. It's a remote monitor that you can also see this at the inside at the charge controller itself has a monitor on it, but this is a remote one. And so you can see right now, if it'll focus, I'm at 100%. I've got 399 amp hours out of 400. I've got two 200 amp hour batteries. It's got a little bit of a discharge on it. You can see right here, it's sort of fluctuating. It's on what's called float right now, which is when it's full, it just sort of is like a trickle charge. So it'll kind of go up, down, depending, because I do have, there's some draw on it for my laptop. For, the refrigerator is 12 volt. All the lights, all these little lights that are on and stuff are all pulling a little bit of power. And, there's the voltage in the corner down there, 13.4 volt. And I'll just show you, here's the microwave, and we'll just put like 30 seconds and you'll see that this here will start to be a big negative. And we'll just put that on. And so there it's pulling, there we go. So like 50 amps. 55 amps. Oh, there goes the boat again. And it's saying that so it's pulling 900, almost, there's 1,000 watts right there, 70 amps. It's saying I can run that for 16 hours. That's what well, now it's going down to 13. So but my microwave I can run on this amount of power for a long time. It's a lot of power. So that was 30 seconds and it didn't phase it. Still 100%, 399 amp hours, and now I'm charging again. You see I've got, now that I pulled some power, it's recharging that what I just used. So I've got, you know, 130, whatever, 40, almost 150 watts. That this is basically an absorption charge. It will pull. I've got 1440 watts of solar. I've only ever seen this go up to about half of that, about 700 watts coming in. But that's just because it only trickle charges when it's almost full. It won't start full charging until it gets down to like 90% or something like that. But so right now it's taking, you know, it's putting, you know, 10 amps. And what this is saying, it's going to take 15, 12 minutes. That's minutes that it's going to take to recharge what I just used, 10 minutes. Now it's going to take, at my current charge rate, I'll be back up to, you know, full 400 in 8 minutes from what I just used on that microwave, which was, you know, 30 seconds. So it's a ton of power. It's more than I'm ever going to need, which is good. That's what I wanted. I wanted to really overbuild the system. And I did have a couple of days where it was totally overcast and rainy, and that's when I got down to like where I had 70% left. And you know, of course, after dark, you know, there's no charge. So, you know, any TV I watch, or, you know, furnace going all night, whatever, any of that, that's just pulling off the battery. And so in the morning when I get up, it'll be like, okay, 70% of my battery left, which is great. So, and that's even on a cloudy day. So, and that's what I wanted in case I get like a week of really cloudy, crappy weather, or, you know, whatever. Just, I wanted extra built into it. So last time I had solar, I just was always having to watch like really close, and it was really a pain. So this time I don't have to. It's just, it should be more power than I actually really ever need. And that's the point. So that was, let's see, propane, plumbing. That's the heater, water heater. I think that's probably about it. There's I've got my little weather station up there in the corner. It shows, like, you know, I've got the outdoor center. So it's 84 degrees outside right now. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're on, you know, June 3rd, and almost a full moon. It's 86 degrees in here. Because I don't have the fan turned on right now. I turned it off because it's noisy. Well, it's not real noisy, but just for shooting a video, I thought it might be. Like you heard how loud that boat was coming by, or at least it was loud to me. So anyway, that's the latest update from the Gypsy Caravan. All done. Oh, I should show you my lights. Not quite done. I put a light station up here, and you can see I've got puck lights, little puck lights underneath the overhead cabinets. There's 4 in the front and 4 in the back, and then I've got this little. Maybe I'll turn them on, you'll be able to see them better. So this one here, you can just tap it and those turn on, and if you hold it, they'll dim or they'll brighten. And so there's 4 of those up front, 4 of those in the back. And if I just tap it, you know, they go on, off, or you can dim them down real nice, or brighten them back up. Okay, and I also have these, I got separate switches here for front and rear, so just in case if I want to just turn the front ones off but leave the back ones on, or vice versa, I can do that. It's a little bit kind of overkill, but anyway, then you just turn them off. This is for the outdoor lights, which are, I've got, let me turn them on right there. You can see I put some outdoor lights under the awning, and then up here as well. There's a whole string of them there, and that's controlled by that switch right there. And then this one here is for these indoor lights. Here I put them around, all the way around that. And these ones are like color changing. They've got all that crazy dance to the music stuff and all that, whatever. But you know, you can change them to different colors. I don't really care, but I just like them to stay on the they do this like funky, you know, blue, whatever. Anyway, so let's turn those off. I just like it on the kind of cool white. And I got my, you know, my, did I say that? My boombox up there. I put some hooks to hang that up, so I can just take that outside and all that. And then up in the upper cabinets up there, I just have, you know, socks, underwear, t-shirts, extra. And then up here in the front, I've got, you know, food. Just up here, extra, you know, just extra food. Small lighter stuff, and of course I got a I got this paper towel holder and I put this chip clip on it to keep the wind from blowing it all over. It just keeps it steady. So anyway, okay, so that's the lighting, and I think that's about the size of it. So anyway, yeah, so I'm camped down at Swan Falls. This is my first campsite, and so things are going pretty good. And I will do another video when I get to my next campsite. I might do some campground reviews. This one, Swan Falls, the Idaho Power Company runs this campground. It's free, by the way. I should say that this is a free campground. It's pretty awesome. There are 20 sites here, 5 above the dam and 15 below. I am below the dam. You know, the ones above the dam have picnic tables and fire rings. This is just down here. It doesn't have a table or anything, but I don't need one. I've got my own. They have fire rings. Mine just has a bunch of rocks over there. But most of them have fire rings. And then farther downriver, there's actually BLM land all along the river that there's 21 more sites down there, but that's for really like, it's pretty rugged. I wouldn't take a trailer down there. It's mostly for like camper, like shells and stuff like that, or just, you know, camper vans, stuff like that. Anyway, got some fishermen down there. But yeah, it's been pretty nice. The weather's been really kind of off and on. It's a canyon, so it gets really windy this time of year. Down there you can see the road in, and I guess you can't see the dam from here, but the dam is right up there somewhere. So anyway, that's it for now. That's the update on the Gypsy Caravan Project, and until next time, keep traveling.